Hi there. Welcome to Sunnyside Journals. Welcome to 'Tis the Season. Another episode. I'm working on the Christmas domestic goddess a bit today. I have got a lot of work on her done off camera, and I'll explain why when I show you what I've got done. There is a ton of collaging with old papers. I have been using, let me grab them all. I have been using every old Christmas magazine that I've got from 1953, 1949, 1948, 1952, I believe, 57, pardon me. And this newspaper is also 1957. I've been having a lot of fun, but I will say when I'm working artistically and I'm doing collaging and trying to combine different illustrations that have been fussy cut and fit together, and I do a lot of humming and hawing and placing and taking away and placing and taking away, and it's pretty well almost impossible to try and do an interesting video on that. So, and I've tried. I can't tell you how many videos that I started, I hit record, but because I don't know how to edit, and I must confess I'm not interested in learning how to edit. I am in the Gail Agostinelli camp. When I turn my camera on, I run it for 30 minutes and I turn it off. And that's how I do my videos. I will occasionally hit pause. I know how to work the pause button. Yes. um, so, so what that means is I've got a lot of work done in this beauty. And it was all done off camera, but I'm so excited about this journal. She's so beautiful. Here, let me put a rock underneath her so you can, there we go. So these are the new end papers. I decided, if you recall, I didn't like the Hallmark kind of end papers I had chosen. I decided she was far more glamorous than that. That looked very country and cozy, and this lady is a happening woman for her era. And I mean, she mops her floor with heels and pearls on, and those end papers just weren't going to cut it. And I'm so happy with the new end papers. With this one, oh, look at her. Her handsome husband is taking her out for the evening, and she had time to get ready because she used new Brillo soap pads. What a smart woman. I made a tuck spot out of this recipe for Christmas cake, and I've done dividers for sections 2 through 12. I am going to try my best to work on the front divider today with you. I figure I've got to at least do one divider on camera. But I love how these turned out. Let me find something that's like a little tuck so you can see where. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, I found an old recipe here for pumpkin muffins from Muffin Mania. I don't know whose this is. Thrift store when I find recipe boxes. So that's tuck spot there, and I love it. I combined two ads. The back here was an ad for Supreme aluminum cookware, and I loved the note because it said, "Darling, you're a dream. You're beautiful. You're practical, and you're a good cook. You deserve Supreme." But I knew I liked this lady. She was from one of those British magazines. She was in their fashion section, and I just thought, she looks so smart. She's got a pen in her hand, and she looks so savvy. I imagine that she has a modern marriage, and that actually the letter is written from her, and she's giving him the pots and pans for Christmas. That's what I thought. Anyhow, the backs I left in the original cookbook backing so that you can see that it did have a previous life. And then I've done, oh, hold on, we're missing some here. This one was simple because I just wanted to use this. This was from that, I think it's 1948 National Geographic. This was the back cover. It's a little beat up, but it's lovely, and I really love it. With Santa stocking, I was going to say he's stocking the fridge with Coke, but I think he's helping himself to a Coke. And I made the tab cover out of an old vintage Christmas present tag. So you can see here, working on different things. This is a pocket, and I made these to look like there's things already tucked in the pocket, but this actually is a pocket. So this was fussy cut, these were fussy cut. I had to make sure this fit because this big photo, I had to, you know what I do with fussy cuts. Isn't that pretty? I love that for candies. Now I had to switch out a couple of pages. Fortunately, I have extra of these recipe books, so it all worked out. This one, honest to goodness, this took me a day and a half to, and it's my own fault that it took me a day and a half, but it took me a day and a half to get these fussy cut ads to my liking. So I wanted them surrounding White Christmas. And White Christmas came out of this really cool book that I found thrifting last week. I should show it to you because you might want to pick it up if you see it, or if it's still on Amazon. I don't know. I haven't looked yet, but I found it thrifting. It was $1.99. I'm sure I picked it up on Senior's Day because that's usually when I go now. And this book is simply full of old holiday graphics. It's not as if they wrote about it and talk about it. It's literally the graphics from old magazines, artwork, newsletters, cards, postcards. Is this amazing? Absolutely amazing. Like that probably was a postcard. It's just chock full of really cool things. Look at these lovebirds. How pretty. Chock full. The only challenge for this is, look at all these. Isn't that cool? The only challenge is if you're going to use it for whatever, crafting thing, you've got to make a decision. Which side do you like better? Because you're going to lose one side when you glue it down. But anyhow, really cool book. So it's called Christmas Vintage Holiday Graphics. And yeah, I don't know if it's still available. I'll try and look it up, but if not, hunt it down and see if you can find it if that's something you're interested in. I love it. So that's where I got this from, out of that book. Let's see what else here. I want to move really quickly because I want more time to work on the front cover. Another simple one. I just put a little tiny tuck spot here with a little bit of trim on it. I love this. A gift in a million for a wife in a million. Now this part was originally from the text block of this recipe book. This part is from one of those magazines that I showed you. Let's see what else. I love this one. And this one also took me a long time, mostly because I'm really, really ridiculously fussy. These are all vintage gift tags, and I made them into a tuck spot so you can use it to put things in. And it took me a long time to get them all to where I liked them so that you could still see enough of the little pictures and see the to and from so that you know that they're gift tags. And I had to glue them down onto another piece of just file folder. And then I covered this with vintage wrapping paper. This was from the original text block. I glued it on because, of course, all these dividers, they weren't all Christmas on the front cover. I had to make them Christmas on the front cover. So that's a tuck spot. You can see, oh, this was probably the salads section. This might have been the one of the ones I had to sub in because this book was missing a couple of the dividers, and it was missing number 8 for sure. I love this one. Again, this was a full photo from the actual text block, so I put it back in, and then I made a tuck spot out of this. I just loved it. A recipe for maple walnut cake, and I put a little doily here, and yes, I love it. There's some spilled coffee on the doily, and I love it because if you're like me, you know recipe books get mucky. They get food spilled on them. Now, this is an actual vintage recipe card that I found in my thrifting, and here's a recipe, somebody's recipe. It's not mine, so I don't vouch for these recipes. I find full recipe boxes when I'm thrifting. Okay, I'm starting to turn this into a flip through, and that's not my intention. So let me just flip through again. So again, another tuck spot here with some faux tucks, but also some real tucks. Let's go through. No tuck spot on this one. It's sort of hit and miss. Sometimes I felt like putting one in, and sometimes I didn't. Let's see what else. I love that one with the little girls' hats. I think I had every single hat like that. And I love this one because, you know, ice buckets are always the perfect Christmas gift. And her, oh, is she stunning? She's tossing away her apron because she's going out for the evening because she used Kaiser foils to make a do-ahead dinner. I love that. Anyhow, that's also a tuck spot. Okay, so let's get to work because I need to do the very first one. And there's a reason, I'm going to put this on it, and the reason why is this picture was the picture that accompanied this recipe. So actually it was on this side. So it looked like that when it was in the newspaper. This is from that newspaper. So it was set up like that. But of course I wanted those candles. I wanted that beautiful Christmas cake. And I wanted the recipe for it. Oh, this, Camille, this is from you. This little trim here, I thought it looked very appropriate for right there. Didn't that turn out nice? So thank you for that. So let's get going on this. I'm going to pause for a second. This is really old newsprint. 1958, did we say? I could be wrong. You can go back and find out. I'm going to use spray glue. So I have to go get it, and then we're going to stick it down. So let's get this ready. I will be right back. I may do it off camera simply because I have to put it down quickly in order to make it grab. So hold on. Okay, so it's done. I'm just going to make sure it's well applied. But I do have to, oh, come on. Good. I have to trim that off because the glue, of course, got on there. I wonder if I should just use my ruler and cut it. That might be faster. If I use the scissors, it'll try and stick to the blades of the scissors. Let's see. I need to change this blade. Nope. Come on. There we go. All right. That's better. Now I see a little bit here. That's not bad. I can deal with that. There. Okay. I will deal with these holes when I'm completely done. This, I don't think, no, that just goes into the recycling. All right, so that turned out awesome. Now I do want to make a tuck spot for the very front page. Hold on, there's a fruit fly. Got you. Wildlife. All right, I want to make a tuck spot. This is also from the same page. So this was underneath. it was like this. Then the recipe was over here. Actually, this, I made the recipe stick out, and that's why that dent's there, and that's going to be hard for me to work around, but we can do it. So I'm going to have to do this in sections to make a full pocket from this Ogilvy. There. So let's move this for now. So I'm going to need the bottom part. I wish I could use this Pride of Your Christmas Baking. It's actually too wide. The only way I can use it, and I'm not opposed to doing it, is if I tilt it and make a banner across there. And I'm still considering that. So we'll see. Not sure yet. But definitely this. I'd also like to be able to include the date. The date's there, November 28th, 1957. So I would like to be able to use that. So I am going to trim for now and see if we can piece this together. I'm not sure if that's even or not. It's not. All right. So let's make a right angle and give ourselves as much finished room as possible. Okay, so that's a right angle now. So that's good. I want as much room as possible for the time being. All right. Now, normally I would glue it down and then do that trimming so that I get a cleaner trim, but I need to be able to see what this is going to look like so that my imagination can figure out how I want to piece this together, because it's too wide. I want it to be able to, I want the Ogilvy flower, and I definitely want these. And I thought I might also want to do a little banner of some other products up the side, just for some fun, some little Christmas, goddess products. We'll see. So, first of all, let's get this, the width that we want it to be. And then my brain can know that I'm doing okay. All right, so you and you. All right. For time. I don't want to have to pause if I don't have to. So that it's not necessarily going to be this wide of a pocket. I don't like it too deep, because then if you put small things in it, you can lose it down inside the pocket. So that's not what I want. I don't mind if that goes there like that. The Ogilvy flower. I just love these little sacks, especially because they're red and green. So it's so festive. All right, let's see how wide I can get this, because I've got to be able to, hold on. Let's take you off for now. I would have sliced through my Pride of Christmas Baking. Okay, that will give me plenty of room to play with that. All right, let's put that somewhere safe. All right, there we go. Now, let's see how much room. I want the Ogilvy, but I'd like to save that 1957. There we go. All right, so that's good. That's safe. I saved the date. So that's good. Now let's... I can give myself more room for the pocket if I break it up a bit. Let's see. Let's take it up to there, and I'll tell you why. All right. Yeah, that's missing there, but I can, sometimes on one side of a tuck spot, I like to round it off, and that might work. Let's see, and oh, let's give ourselves a fresh edge here for now, and then I can figure out whether I'm going to fussy cut these or not. There we go. So if that goes there, like that. Okay, that's not even, that's okay. We can work around that. So if that goes like that, let me make sure I'm in. I am, okay. Then this, if I think I'm going to have to fussy cut. Maybe I might have to take the date off and put it down below just on its own. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. And then I'm going to fussy cut the ogilvies, I think. You know what? I'm going to make this really teeny tiny. Let's do this side first. Okay, take that off, and then there, and take that off. So there's the date, and if I need to, I can put it right there, just so we've saved it. Now I've got to figure out how I'm going to incorporate this Ogilvy enriched flower over here. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. All right. I'm going to fussy cut one side of it. Where's my scissors? Let me check the time. I'm at 23 minutes. All right, I'm going to fussy cut because it's not exciting, so I'm going to pause and fussy cut. All right, so I've fussy cut these two sides. Now I'm going to glue this down now, so I can start putting this together. I've noticed this bottom one is not even, so I'm going to put this a little higher up so that I can trim that off. There we go. There we go. That's a little, and that could be my measuring error. It can also be a printing flaw. Old books, old newspapers, the paper wasn't necessarily always going through you know, north, south, east, west properly. So now we know that that's fine. I like that. For all your Christmas baking. I do think I should put this somewhere safe. I do think I'm going to ink these edges and put that down here as if it's the other corner of the newspaper page. I love that it's the Family Herald. Cute little paper. I love when I can find, I only have 2 copies, but they're just chock full of beautiful, beautiful illustrations. All right, so oh dear. Oh, I've been pausing. Oh, phew, I've got more time. All right, hold on. Let me see what time I've got. I've got 5 minutes. All right, so cancel. I've got 5 minutes to do this. Ho, 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 ho. We can do it. All right. So I'm going to cut this guy out, and then I'm going to fit this guy in behind. I'm going to move him over a bit. So hold on, because I'm going to fussy cut. Okay, so I've got this separated. This is going to go here. I'm going to lose a little bit off that. I don't mind. I may even tilt it a little bit just for dramatic effect. And then this, I still want to use it. It's so cute. It's got the green tartan on it. So I'm actually going to tilt him a little bit and have him leaning in to the pocket so I can still see vitamin-rich flower. So he's got to go on first. Now I got to figure out how high up I can take this. Okay, so he can go there and he can go there. All right, this is good. So here's where, again, I will use my pencil to ensure that I'm gluing that in the right spot. That's going to get cut off. Because I will be cutting out the pocket. All right. Right here. So there we go. So I will lose a tiny little bit. Off of there, and I'm going to take this off right now because that glue is alive. There we go. And now, this is still got a little white. I'm just going to go along that edge just a little bit. Just a little bit to tone it down a bit. All right. Yeah. Sorry if you're jiggling. Got my new tiny little tripod sits up on the desk, and it can, if I'm being vigorous, it can jiggle. Now I want to tilt this a little bit, as much as it will allow me. There we go. We did it. We did it. Now, how am I for time? 28 minutes. We're good. All right, hold on. So now I've got to trim this off. So I'm going to pause. Okay, so I'm really happy with this. Now I'm going to have to make an executive decision. And these charming little ears, they're just going to get hit all the time with this being a tuck spot. So I'm going to remove the little ears and make that sack look like this sack of flour, just for safety's sake. Otherwise, they're going to be bending and breaking the whole time. So I'm going to pause, and I'm going to trim this down, and then we're going to put the little date down in the corner here. So hold on, pausing again. Okay, so now we're going to deal with this. Remember where I didn't quite have enough room? I'm just going to give that a nice rounded corner, and that is going to fit right there. And then our little date is going to go down here. I may actually put it center because I've got room. I like that. And then that will have created us a tuck spot. Now I do want all this raw edge. I want this raw edge inked. So obviously in spite of my best of intentions, I'm not going to get this finished on camera today. I may very well, like I said, I may decide to put some fun things just up this side, just for a little bit more fun to look at. We'll see. So you'll be surprised when you see the flip through, because I do have a little bit more I want to do with this journal. So this is basically what it will probably look like. How's that for for sure answer? And I still haven't decided if I'm going to try and fit in this pride of Christmas baking or not. Don't know yet. I don't know yet. Thanks for joining me today. I'm really hoping that at some point within the next day or two that I'm going to have 3 Christmas journals. Oh, there we go. The 3 Christmas journals ready to go. I'm hoping. I still have some little last minute fussy things to work on. Take care. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.